With regard to the drug screen today, he advises me that he will not pass the drug screen. Said he was going to be positive for marijuana and meth.
This is absolutely ridiculous. Now you come in here telling me, I can't go to jail, Judge, because, I'm going to lose my job and I value my job. I mean, how bad of a problem do you have when you know you're being watched, you're coming in to get sentenced for violating your probation, for using meth, and you come in here dirty for meth? That's not my problem. That's your problem.
All right, this is crazy. A sovereign citizen is in court today, and let's just say that things are a complete disaster. Guess what? The man is already on probation. He's back because of drug-related problems. Really, when you're already on thin ice, how can you make such a huge mistake, the magistrate? No pity. They rip into him like crazy, and really? Seeing someone finally be called out for their foolishness is kind of nice. Fun fact, probation is a privilege rather than a right. You're essentially asking for a one-way ticket to jail if you break it. What are your thoughts? Should the system be strengthened, or should individuals like this be given another chance? Tell me in the comments below. Please click the like button and subscribe for more if you enjoy this type of drama. Let's get started right now.
In regard to the matter then, did you have a chance to go over the resentencing recommendations with Mr. Capel?
I did, Your Honor. There's nothing of a factual nature that we need to address in there. I did talk to Mr. Capel about his payments. He's indicated that he was planning on paying with his taxes. I think he has some financial difficulties due to being in and out of work. So I think he's trying to catch up on some back bills and putting the court on the back burner, so to speak. Advised him that's not a good idea. Even paying $5 a week would make an impression on the court. So I think he'll try and do better going forward. With regard to the drug screen today, he advises me that he will not pass the drug screen. And
in what respect are we not going to pass?
Said he was going to be positive for marijuana and meth.
Well, I think that's a real good reason, Mr. Capel, to start looking at why you can't make any probation cost payments. You're spending it all on meth. Anyway, go ahead, Ms. Schaub. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Your Honor, he was honest with me that he would not pass. I discussed with him where he got it, and he apparently said it was a gift. But obviously, given his circumstances, that was not a wise choice. But he does have a full-time job. If he goes to jail for 15 days, I don't know if that job will be available when he gets out of jail. So I don't know what the court wants to do with Mr. Capel. I don't know how. I had notes prior to his pleading to this that he had been testing clean and doing what he was supposed to do, but apparently he's gotten a little bit off track. I'm hoping the court will give him one more break and not put him in jail today.
Thank you. Mr. Capel, anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, I work at hometown right now. We're reduced to winter hours.
What?
We're reduced hours right now because it's the slow season. So I'm only getting like 32-ish a week. So it's like $500 a paycheck, roughly give or take after taxes. But I should have enough today for, if not half, majority of the court costs that I owe. Because of 4 seasons, I clocked enough hours, I think. I'm just waiting on the W-2 SE. I worked there for 2 days.
All right, so here's the thing. This man received drugs for his birthday. Is that really how you see a celebration? Instead of admitting his addiction, he is arguing about probation payments as if they would magically negate his positive drug test result. He had the opportunity to apologize when the judge gave him a chance to speak, but he chose not to. He's not standing in a courtroom. He's negotiating a refund. Although probation payments are important, they are not a way to avoid going to jail, particularly if you are breaching the law. And he commits the same crime over and over. Brave or clueless, The judge isn't having it either way. Wait until she attacks him. It will be incredible. Public safety must be taken into account by judges, and this guy? An example of a poor decision. To be honest, it's difficult to sympathize with him when he intensifies his pointless arguments. Do you believe he's going to change his ways, or is he only making things worse? Let's get back into it.
Well, Mr. Capel, anything else you'd like to add?
May should go back to regular hours, so I'll have a lot better time
How long have you been there?
since July.
And what are you working now then?
What's a rotating schedule? So it's 8 to 4 with Wednesday off, and then the Saturday off for my work camp, and then it's 9 to 4 or 9 to 5 with Wednesday off, and then I work that Saturday 8 to 1. That's if I don't get sent home early, because we have a high school kid that comes in about 3:30. Usually let him get a couple hours for the end of the day there.
Well, I have some serious concerns here. This was an underlying felony, Mr. Capel. You had 2 charges of assault with a dangerous weapon, felonious assault, felony firearm, reckless use of a firearm, and it was a very troubling underlying situation. In a dating relationship, argument the day before, pushed her on several occasions. Victim and another victim were present in the apartment. You became upset, retrieved a revolver from your bedroom, brandished the revolver, and demanded everyone leave the apartment. That was pled down by the prosecutor's office. You ended up pleading on a domestic violence, an assault and battery, and a reckless use of a firearm, all in misdemeanor court. That you were placed on probation for in January of 2023. Your bond condition, sir, where you were not supposed to be using marijuana or other types of controlled substances that weren't prescribed to you way back in November of 2022. That was put into place. That continued when you were sentenced in January of 2023. In regard to the matter, then, we've had several blips with your probation, and then most recently, what you're being sentenced for today was on September 20th, you had a positive for methamphetamine. Here we are in January of 2024, and your lawyer's telling me you're still going to be positive. I lowered your payment to $100 a month starting back then in October, and you still haven't made any payments because from what it seems like to me, the money's going out the door. Maybe you've got less hours, but you have not. How do you justify purchasing methamphetamine? You can't. And maybe it was a gift, maybe it wasn't, but now we got September and January on top of everything else going on here. It sounds to me from the behavior that was demonstrated at the underlying charge, you had probably some meth going on that day and an inability to control your anger due to the ingestion of meth. It does not do good things to people. You're lucky you didn't kill somebody that day.
Do you believe that this man should be imprisoned? In my opinion, the answer is absolutely yes. He's a loose cannon, and it won't be long before he makes another poor choice that puts him in legal hot water or worse. Can we also discuss his justification? He said that as a birthday present, he received meth. Who does that? That is a problem, not a gift. Probation should be a second opportunity to turn your life around, not an excuse to keep making mistakes. Am I being harsh, or is the court being too forgiving? Tell me what you think.
This is absolutely ridiculous. Now you come in here telling me, I can't go to jail, Judge, because, I'm going to lose my job and I value my job. If you valued your job, you wouldn't have been doing meth. You know you're being watched. I mean, how bad of a problem do you have when you know you're being watched? You're coming in to get sentenced for violating your probation for using meth, and you come in here dirty for meth. That's not my problem. That's your problem. That's a big problem. That's what you're telling me. Red flags going up all over. Problem. Can't even control my behavior enough when I know I'm going to go to court and get sentenced. So I am sorry, Mr. Capel. Sometimes we are our own worst enemies, aren't we? I don't know what to tell you here, but this is absolutely ridiculous.
Give me 3 weeks, I can guarantee.
She's not worried about the payment. She's worried about you doing
I can
drugs.
guarantee you clean UA, and then no guarantee everyone after that to be clean.
Yeah, well, you should have been doing that all along, Mr. Capel. So this is where you're at today. I'm going to continue your probation. If you can't establish clean testing, get used to the bunk rack over there, because that's where you'll be back. Your outstanding balance is $795. I will allow that continued payment to commence 30 days after his release from jail. Recommence.
That was $17.95, Your Honor.
What did I say? $17.95. I'm not going to assess another attorney fee. We'll take that off of there.
Can I get a report date?
I'm going to order 15 days in jail, 0 days credit. I will hold 10 days in abeyance if you successfully pass a drug screen today at booking. If you don't, you will serve the 15 days commencing immediately. You are still required to attend the divert counseling program. You can continue attending that. So, Mr. Capel, if you can't pass the screen today, you're going to be sitting your 15 days.
And
Can you get a
then
check-in date? So
No, it's right now.
when you
Right now.
get out of jail, you check in with your probation officer as soon as possible.
Right now, Mr. Capel, you made this bed yourself. Think about it. You got 15 nights to think about it.
Sign, and then he'll take you down to probation.
he is going to jail, right?
Yes, he's going to jail either for 5 days or 15, depending on him. So if you test clean, you'll be out in time to go to work on Monday. That key is in your hands. I can't do anything about it. In regard to the matter, that's that. Did you understand your appeal rights then, Mr. Capel?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
This man will undoubtedly spend 15 days in jail and most likely lose his job as well. Judges must strike a balance between justice and public safety because addiction is a major problem. Dealing with people who squander second opportunities is annoying, but public safety must come first. Addicts who refuse to stop using meth should be placed in jail and receive effective therapy. It's risky to simply let them roam free. In his flat, this guy threatened others. The only way to address this is through treatment programs and mandatory drug testing. The judge did a good job, but really, a birthday present of meth? It's not a card of condolence. What are your thoughts? Was the judge just right, too gentle, or too harsh? Tell me in the comments below. If you like this, please remember to like and subscribe. I appreciate you watching and be careful.